All right, I woke up this morning. I was feeling great, so I decided today is the day we're going to get this Cell Max no item run. I was like, surely, after a couple of tries, like over the last few days, I think I had the team set up to do it. It was just a matter of getting the RNG to kind of go my way. And go figure, I turned the enhanced color clarity on, and the first run that I do with it on, I get the no item run for Cell. So let's go ahead and take a look at the RNG that it took to go ahead and get this done. I think I've already said go ahead about 4 times in this video, so let's, almost said it again. Let us take our time and not say it as much as this run is going. But you guys will see the RNG that it took to beat this Cell Max run. It really just comes down to where the supers are at and if you get lucky with those like slot 3 supers really going. But I think what you guys are going to see in this video in specific is the value that the physical Super Saiyan, it's either 1 or 2 Bardock. I think it's Super Saiyan, just 1 Bardock. He brings a lot of value to the table with just his defensive prowess for a sub-easy 8. I was very, very impressed with what I saw in this video. And another key kind of component to this no item run is the Carnival Goku revive being done in the right spot. Android 8 getting, or Hot, it's like, what do you guys want me to call him? Android 8 or Hotchan? I'm cool with either one, but I always kind of like do the wrong one, right? So we're just going to go with Android 8. That's just what I'm used to calling him. But Android 8's damage reduction that he procs after, 5 turns, the additional one that he gets in turn with the damage reduction that Kid Goku gives, but after getting the orbs, like the 7 orbs, the rainbow orbs for himself, it just really does turn to be a very valuable thing. So the way this kind of worked out to be lucky in our favor is the fact that we had Kid Goku, the friend Kid Goku lined up with the Android 8, so we did not have to worry as much about the attack stats being a little bit lower, right? Because obviously, like, if you guys have played this game enough, you know the difference between like 2 dupes and no dupes, right? So free dupe, he's still hitting very impressive attack stats, but with 2 dupes next to Android 8, I'm obviously liking way more of my odds just with like the amount of damage that we're doing and the defensive capabilities. So you guys could see even there with like, because we didn't get the additional support from Kid Goku with the damage reduction, I don't believe. So that's why he ended up taking like, 168k from a super is a lot for this Android 8, right? And that was kind of like, damn, you're being a fraud right now, bro. So Kid Goku with the support from Bardock, I was clearing 10 million on the second super, right? So, we have a unit running around doing 11 million per super almost, and we're going to find that bar going down real quick, right? So now this is what I want to focus on specifically in this video, right? This Bardock, right? So there we go, 99k and then a super. I'm thinking, okay, run's done. I probably almost hit the stop recording button, but look at this. Boom. 54k from a super. We have 13,000 HP left. Once the Bardock takes that first hit, he's fine. It's just that first hit. It hits for so much. If he's STR Bardock, you might as well say forget about it, right? Because that's going to be probably like 150k to 200k on that first normal. But if he takes that first normal, he's fine. And right here, I just count my losses, lick my wounds, take the revival. I'm like, maybe Kid Gohan or Teen Gohan, whatever you want to call him, right? I would be able to take the first set of normals, do a little bit of damage before we proc the revive. And I'm like, I'm not taking any chances. Let's just get this revive going. We'll get to the Hotchan and Android 8 on the next turn, Kid Goku. I'm just going to keep calling them both of those names forever, I guess. But we get into the next turn, and I think it's double Kid Goku now, because the floating rotation, it goes like Kid Goku, and then it goes Bardock, and then it goes Namek Goku, right? So after we do that, I'm knowing that we have 2 really good floating units, and then we have 1 kind of defensive liability with the Namek Goku, right? Because kind of the way he works, he's impressive, but in this form of content where he doesn't really have any time to build up whatsoever, because if he gets touched, he essentially dies. That is where things get very tricky with him. But we have kind of what we're looking for. I think I made a kind of a user error here using the active skill on the friend one for Kid Goku, because it didn't really do any damage as we were type disadvantage. But I was thinking like, hey, maybe we could try and like, butter him up a little bit, but it obviously did not work. So the experiment failed. I do find a way to get 7 orbs for the additional damage reduction with Kid Goku there. And then I do find a way to get the double damage reduction with the orbs again. Sometimes that's what you got to do, right? You just got to feel around and go until you find a 7. So after I found the 7 there, I was like, okay, we're good to go. And then we can just continue with this run. And this double damage reduction support, Android 8 being type advantage, being type disadvantage of the Kid Gokus is a little bit scary, but I do think we should be fine, like just with the way that this played out. It's going to be bad though if the 55% one takes a super, but I'm pretty confident at this point. Like the run is like the foundation that we need is like it's setting itself up, right? Like it's looking good is what I'm saying. Like the RNG is playing out nicely. We're 4 turns in. We got him to about half HP, and a certain individual is coming out to play here in a minute. He has spiky hair. He has lightning around him. If that's not a hint enough, I don't know what is, but that is when I'm thinking like, okay, it's gaming time, right? Because if we get through that turn and do like a massive amount of damage with the certain individual that I'm going to be talking about here in a minute, it's like we should be in a really good spot considering how much damage that Kid Goku can do in that slot 2 spot, because he won't be type disadvantage on the next rotation, right? And so this is the value of this Kid Goku team, because you have that Androids category ally that helps Teen Gohan proc his Super Saiyan 2. So kind of the strategy right here is bring Goku out and do that active skill, get the nullification on the first attack, and then collect some orbs to kind of free up the board if you need to, and give Gohan the chance to kind of change the board all around, right? So right there, if the physical orbs would have changed, that would have been much better, but it kind of worked out. Because if we would have had like a whole board, we would have been looking really good with just the amount of damage that we're going to be putting out. So I think we do like an 18 million attack stat or something like that. So I'm not complaining about that, but it definitely could have been higher. Like 18 million is nowhere near the ceiling for this Gohan, I feel like. So it's just a matter of time with that when we get like kind of the right run where it's going to be set up properly. But I'm thinking with 320k HP and then whatever, you know, Cell takes right here, probably 100 something thousand, maybe like 70,000. Yeah, 65. Yeah, so we have 18.6 right here from Gohan. And then the additional super that hopefully he does is enough damage to kind of get things going. So no crit right there. If we got a crit, that would have been huge. But we do get basically a 15 million attack stat right here from him. So we are still, you know, putting out a really good attack stat. Like 15 million on a 12 key is crazy, right? And then 15.8 on another 12 million is even crazier, bro. Like, what were they thinking with this? Like, this guy is just so crazy in Super Saiyan 2, right? And then another crit. So this is where the run, it comes down to, right? This first attack absolutely cannot be a super. Like, if it's a super, we're done. It's not a super, we proc the guard. So now we have 130k HP to work with. And then I'm thinking right here, we have the guard, we have the defensive buff, we should be good. And then we get, yeah, it's 66k. So right now we have 70,000 HP and things are getting very spicy. We are what? 6 turns in at this point, but also I forgot. Android 8 has a full heal. So now you guys can see we are back up to 600,000 HP and I am feeling really good at this point. Like the hands are rubbing together at this point when I'm seeing it's like, oh yeah, everything is going exactly the way we wanted it to. We got the 7 orbs with Kid Goku, we got the unit super attack going, but there's one problem. And I thought I messed up so bad right here. I'm like, I should have put Namek Goku in slot 3 or slot 2 and just put Kid Goku in slot 3. We would have lost a little bit of damage, but I think the defensive prowess would have been worth it. And what happens? You're about to find out. Kid Goku does 8.3 right here. So no support from Bardock, so we're not going to get 10 million on the second super attack. So 8.3 right here. We're praying for a crit. We don't get it. We get the additional super right here. Almost 9 million. Again, we are praying for a crit. Do we get it? We don't. So I'm thinking, oh no, he's going to super Namek Goku. We get the crit on the additional normal. Now we're at 3.6 million right here. Namek Goku, all you gotta do is crit and we win. What can I say? He gets the crit and we get the job done. So the Cell Max no item run puts to a conclusion our Red Zone no item runs for the time being, unless they drop one for the 8th anniversary. That is all of these stages done with no items, but that's all I got for you in this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. I'm out.